What's up, everybody? I'm trying to get hype. Bro, I actually almost wore that same exact shirt, man.
Man, this was a gift on my job. I made Employee of the Month,
Oh, yeah?
and they know I like Marvel, DC, and so they hooked me up with this, man.
That's cool. I got the same exact shirt. I was going to wear it, and I'm like, well, we're talking about X-Men, so let me wear my X-Men shirt.
But that Wolverine is dope, though. That's Jim Lee.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's my favorite version of Wolverine.
See, this is my favorite version of Spider-Man. Yeah, that's my favorite, man.
Todd McFarlane. It's funny because me, DJ, we both buy the same shirts because, dude, sometimes Walmart be awesome with shirts.
Walmart got some bangers, man.
Oh, bro, my whole comic book wardrobe is from Walmart.
And you can catch good deals with the t-shirts, man.
Oh,
you can get about $5 of them.
Yeah, $5-6 for a shirt, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Walmart.
Yeah, lately they've been slacking, man. They need to pick up their game.
Well, I noticed they kind of pick up when like a movie about to drop.
Yeah.
So since Spider-Man coming out, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have some dope Spider-Man merch coming, you know.
I got the Fantastic Four shirt last year when it came out. They even had a Black Panther shirt. I bought not Black Panther, Black Adam shirt. I bought that when that movie came out. It's like the only shirt I have with The Rock on it.
I got the Black Adam too, and I got it from Walmart. Is it where he just by himself on a black shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. I wore that so much, it's got holes in it now. You know?
Oh man, so yeah, dude, there's a lot to talk about, man. X-Men 97, the whole DC stuff, man, just a bunch of crap.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of crap, man. So I guess we can start off with X-Men. I kind of agree with what DJ says here. DJ says, see what happens when you put money in animation instead of voice acting like Invincible.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed with Invincible, man. So very
I remember you broke it down because see, I'm going back and reading the comic books, but I know you know all about it, and you put me up on it with the animation. The animation is slacking.
It is. It's especially when you compare it to so like if you're comparing it to like the early issues of Invincible, then yeah, it's pretty much like on that same level.
The early issues,
like the first like 20 issues of Invincible, like Corey Walker was doing it. His
Corey Walker
is not as good as Ryan Otley.
When Ryan Otley got on it, that's when
Ryan Otley got on. It took off, and then they hired like a colorist to come in and do the colors, and it was like so good. But but even though you look at X-Men 97. You look at some of the other animated shows, like I'm not a fan of Creature Commandos, but the animation is really good in Creature Commandos.
It do look good.
And you look at the animation, and then you look over at Invincible, and I feel like the animation isn't doing the source material justice.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're spending so much money getting J.K. Simmons and Seth Rogen and all these big name voice actors, and we're not seeing their faces.
That's it.
So the average person doesn't even know that that's J.K. Simmons, right? Yeah. So you're paying this dude tons of money, and for the price that you're paying J.K. Simmons, you could hire 5 voice actors that are legit voice actors that can do different voices. You look at The Simpsons, right? The Simpsons has one voice actor that does 10 different characters.
Yeah.
You know, like that, like back when we were younger, that's the way it was. Yeah. Right? You go back and look at
the Looney Tunes guy.
Yeah. The Looney Tunes guy.
Mel Blanc or something like that.
Yeah. And even like early Masters of the Universe, Thundercats and stuff, Transformers, G.I. Joe, they would have like 1 or 2 voice actors doing like 3 different characters. You know, and it's just like, okay, you have Aaron Paul in Invincible. What does that do? Like, do you think people get excited when it goes J.K. Simmons in Invincible? No, I don't care about the credits.
Never cared.
It's the same thing with them hiring big name voice actors for video games. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it. You're taking away these big actors. J.K. Simmons can get a job anywhere. Right. Yeah. But a low-end voice actor who just does voice acting they can't just get a job anywhere. That's a very specific talent that they have. So you're taking jobs away from them. You're increasing the budget for no reason. You literally take Invincible. Instead of doing hour-long episodes, because last season had a bunch of filler for no reason, you could cut the hour episodes down to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Hire different voice actors. Take the money that you saved by doing 30-minute episodes and save it on voice actors. Take that money and put it into your animation budget. And boom, you can do it.
Okay, but what you just said sounds too much right. You got to remember, we dealing with a lot of untalented Hollywood people that's over this stuff.
But Robert Kirkman should know this shit.
He don't care.
He's a comic book writer. He worked with artists. He was in the industry forever. It's like, okay, I know you want to be cool and do hour-long episodes, but dude, an hour-long animated episode, sometimes that's too much, man.
That is too much.
It's too much.
Look at X-Men 97. 30 minutes of pure dopeness.
Yeah.
You know?
Look how popular anime is. Anime is 25 to 30 minutes long. Right? X-Men 97, it comes in, punches you in the mouth, and it goes and says, see you next week.
Incredible. That episode 4.
It wasn't like,
man, that episode 4.
Yeah.
That was like watching a movie,
I gotta
man.
be honest, man. Yeah, when X-Men 97, they did the 3-episode drop, and I remember watching the first episode, and I'm going, oh no, this isn't good.
See, I got scared though, because when they do 3 episodes drop, we supposed to get some trash. But they start picking up.
Usually if they drop the whole series or a 3-episode drop, that you're right. Usually it means it's trash because they're like, oh, they're worried about it. Let's throw 3 episodes or the whole thing out there. And it shows that they have no faith in it most of the time.
It do.
You know, and I was just like, I watched episode 1, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do because this isn't good, and I don't want to be negative about it. And then episode 2 was better. Then episode 3 was better. And then episode 4 was much better.
Episode 4.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm talking about Gambit episode and this episode 4.
Oh,
I put episode 4 right about here.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that was, man.
Yeah.
And I want if they ever sell one of those Apocalypse Egyptian swords, you're gonna see it back here. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it back there, I promise you. Because they did an incredible job. Apocalypse wasn't trying to hear nothing. Charles and Magneto had to say
nothing. Nothing, bro. It was great, man. Great setup for the season. And I don't know about you. I kind of mentioned this on Storms Live on Sunday. But when I was watching episode 1, you know, they do like previously on X-Men.
Yeah.
Right. They did a recap of last season, and there was stuff in that recap that wasn't in last season. I was so confused. I was like, it showed like Magneto ripping out Wolverine's like adamantium. I'm like, that didn't happen last season. Like, what? Like, there was so much stuff that was in the previously on. And then I stopped to think, I'm like, are they referencing the old X-Men 92 series? Like, because there was so much stuff that was going on.
But nah, I'm gonna tell you about your confusion. He did rip out his adamantium in first season of X-Men 97, but they did it differently in the recap.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked totally different from what happened in season 1. So I see why you confused. He did rip out the adamantium.
I was sitting there watching, but there was different scenes in there, and I'm like, I don't remember half the scenes. And
they switched it up. They happened, but the animation was different, which was dope.
Yeah,
because I was just like you. I said that looked different from what happened in season 1.
Yeah, I was just
so kudos to them for doing that, though.
Yeah, I actually got to go back. I have such a big watch list. I just don't have a whole lot of time to go back and watch a lot of stuff. But I never finished the original X-Men anime series.
I never did finish it because you got to think we were kids. We didn't catch everything. You know,
and as kids, we would go outside and do stuff. We weren't always in front of the TV. So it'd be like, I'll come home. If it's on, I'll catch an episode and then I'll dip. But most of the time I'm doing stuff outside or whatnot.
Because you got to remember back in the day when we were watching Saturday morning cartoons, they'll start around 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And then they'll stop at 12. And then that's when we go outside and play.
Yes.
You know?
And the thing is also, if you didn't catch it on TV, you could be screwed for like a year until they play reruns. There was no video on demand or rewind, or you either record it on your VHS or you just miss it until the next one comes.
I used to love, for some reason, I used to love the Street Fighter and the cartoon series. They used to come on USA. And in the morning times, I would try to tape it. Like you could record, for the young kids out there, you used to get blank VHS tapes. And when you hit record, it'll record everything that's going on the TV. Okay. But one Sunday I missed the episode and I was hurt because I knew I wasn't going to see that episode for some months. You know?
Yeah. Bro, you know what I used to do? This is how poor I was. I had like one or two, like I would take a movie that I didn't necessarily like. And if you take a paper towel or tissue and stick it in the back of the VHS, it will then block the piracy and you can record over that tape. So you can either put like a piece of tape or a piece of tissue in the back of it, right? So I would like put it in, and then like when Dragon Ball Z would come on Toonami or whatever, I would set it to record because I worked at like a grocery store after work, so I wasn't able to catch it on Toonami. So then I would come home and watch. And I did the same thing with like wrestling and all types of crap. And I would just wear out that tape, just record it over and over and over again.
Man, that was the good old days. Because I can remember with Toonami, you know, that was just a special feeling in that time as a kid, man. It was something about that Toonami Cartoon Network era.
Yeah.
And I didn't really trip about missing a Dragon Ball Z episode because they might show it later that night on Adult Swim too.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Normally, if you miss it like around 5, 6 o'clock, depending on where you're at, they would show the repeat of that episode like around midnight. So yeah. So a lot of times,
and I can remember because, hey man, I grew up rough too. I can remember I would keep my TV on all night long because I know I might catch something good from Toonami.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I so many anime that I love now is because I randomly saw it on Toonami or Adult Swim. Like Yu Yu Hakusho, never knew anything about it until I saw it randomly on Adult Swim, and Cowboy Bebop, like so many of those other ones.
I didn't know about Yu Yu Hakusho, and shout out to Sci-Fi Channel because Sci-Fi Channel really was the first ones to start showing anime on TV, even before Toonami. And I remember on the Sci-Fi Channel, I thought it was a movie because they were showing the whole was it the Black Tournament?
Dark Tournament.
The Dark Tournament. I said, this is like Dragon Ball Z, but darker. You know?
Yeah. I didn't know Sci-Fi Channel was showing stuff like that.
Oh, they would show that. That was the first time I seen anime with Akira. They showed the Akira movie.
Yeah.
They used to have a slot on Saturdays called Saturday Anime. And I saw all because I was like, this is not really a cartoon I'm looking at. This is almost realistic, you know. But Akira blew my mind. I didn't know what I was watching. Hey, I know you seen Akira, haven't you?
Yeah, that Ghost in the Shell.
I'm 7 years old, 8 years old watching Akira. I'm like, what the freak am I watching?
You know? This is an anime, but I remember being like 10, 11 and watching Heavy Metal. It was just like, holy crap, man.
That's dark.
Yeah, that's really dark.
Is Heavy Metal the one where that orb was talking to that little girl? And like everybody who touched that orb or die?
Dude,
was that heavy?
It's been years since I've seen it. Okay. I think the one I remember is Heavy Metal 2000, where it had that chick with the dark hair.
Oh, the chick that was on top of that thing, that dinosaur?
Yeah, and she was just like swimming butt-ass naked, and then like the alien guy would like rope her and stuff. It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
We got our first super chat. Geek guy coming in. Onslaught will be in X-Men 97 season 3. Calling it.
Hey, I can see it. I can see
possibly.
What I love about the X-Men 97 Now, this is hard to do. They'll take a lot of arcs, X-Men arcs,
and
and put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, they might even do it with one episode.
Yep.
And to me, that's impressive with the writing.
Because
most people can't do that.
That's what I've been saying for a lot of different things, especially when it comes to like movies. I don't want to get into Supergirl right now.
Yeah.
But instead of adapting Woman of Tomorrow, which isn't a good comic book, you could have took elements of that comic and added with elements of other comics. You know, when you look at like the Dark Knight trilogy, Batman Begins has a lot like stuff from different Batman comics, you know?
Yeah.
And X-Men 97, like you said, they're taking like different parts of the comics and putting it together. They did the same thing with season 1.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, oh, like they did the Goblin Queen, and then they did Cable.
And that Goblin Queen is a big arc, but they put it all together in one episode. And I said, that's pretty impressive because this is still good.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I wish we would get, I know they got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2 coming out. I like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, but I want to see a Spider-Man 95 continuation.
Yeah, because they set it up in the first season.
Yeah.
So I was thinking in my head, okay, we're going to get that Spider-Man. Because I can even remember back to when we were kids, I would watch that Spider, because the Spider-Man for some reason was the top of the top back then, even above X-Men.
Yep.
And I can remember going outside with my boys and go play, and we'll just discuss the whole episode. You know?
Same. Yep.
Because one of my friends, he said, I want to be Mysterio. And we had never seen Mysterio before. You know? That was mind-blowing, man.
Yeah, Spider-Man was my show, man. I never missed an episode of that at all.
Spider-Man back then was like the MCU, because remember how many other Marvel characters were popping up?
So many characters. I was interested because I was super young. I was in 5th grade. So I was just starting to get into comics.
Yeah.
And I watched Superman, the movie, like the Christopher Reeves movie and the Tim Burton Batman movies when I was younger because they came out in the 80s and 70s. But like me actually buying a comic book, the Spider-Man cartoon introduced me to that. I didn't know who Blade and the Punisher were, or Daredevil, or even Captain America until I watched the Spider-Man cartoon.
Same here.
And I was like, oh, like now I know who Blade is and all that stuff. And if they should take X-Men 97 and do a whole animated universe, an animated MCU.
They can, because think about it, man. On the Spider-Man show we talking about, they did the Secret Wars arc.
Yeah.
And it was dope because you got your Captain America, you got Iron Man, and that Spider-Man, it showcased a lot of people. I was like you. I didn't start reading comics until I started watching that Spider-Man and that X-Men, because I can remember my dad, he took me to this gas station. They had a spinner rack. And I saw the Jim Lee X-Men #1, and I said, that's like the cartoon. Daddy, can you get that for me? He didn't think nothing of it. And that was like my introduction to comic books, man.
Yeah.
So shout out to them 2 shows right there.
Yeah. I had a similar story. Spider-Man 95 used to come, like the new episode would be every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Up the street from my house, there was a drugstore. I think it was like Eckerd's before Eckerd's went out of business. And they had a spinner rack.
Yeah.
And they had a Spider-Man comic, and I believe it was called The Adventures of Spider-Man. And it had Spider-Man with the Spider Slayer on it. And I remember looking at my mom and said, that just happened on the show. So I picked it up and I looked at it, and it was actually a continuation of the show. So I guess those comics, because like whenever a movie comes out, usually Marvel or DC would do like a storyline that fits into it, sort of.
Yeah.
So I guess the comics were fitting into the show. So I asked my mom to buy me the comic so I could like catch up on like what's going on with the show. But yeah, I mean that was
and you know how parents are. If we asking for a book, they gonna buy it.
Yeah,
because we reading. You know.
Yeah, there was a dollar store up the street from my house that sold a pack of comics for $5, or it was $1 for a pack of 5.
Yeah.
Right. And inside it had a Action Comics #1 reprint.
Okay.
And Amazing Fantasy 15 reprint. So that was the first time I read Spider-Man's origin story of Uncle Ben dying and everything like that.
Yeah.
that's how I got into comics, man. It was like those dollar store comics and stuff.
And see, you just like me, because we used to have a dollar store too. I forgot the name of it, and for some odd reason, they had all the Rob Liefeld comic books, like your Young Bloods and all that.
Oh yeah,
And
Wildcats.
you can get them for like 50 cents a piece.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into Image as a young child.
Same,
you know?
dude. I had like the Wildcats, the Valiant,
Valiant comics. I know you're
like
talking about
all silver comic.
Yeah.
There was,
Ninjak.
the Authority, like all
Yeah.
that stuff, man. Because
Yeah.
they would sell them at the dollar store because it was just like, hey man, I'll just buy it, whatever, I'll read it.
I think back then, that's when the comic book crash was getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
couldn't sell those comics, so they would send them out to those dollar stores.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It was like the mid 90s, early 90s, and yeah, the comic book crash hit because they were printing so many variants that nobody was buying. It was like right after the death of Superman, and nobody was buying the
Well, you
comics
had
anymore.
people out there thought, okay, if I buy this issue number 1, I'm gonna be rich in 20 years.
Yeah.
It don't work like that.
Yeah. Well, the shirt you're wearing, Spider-Man #1, the Todd McFarlane one, they printed so many of those things.
They did.
You could get them for like 50 cents places because there was like so many of them. I think I had like 3 issues.
I hate pardon my French, but they really hoard out this cover right here. Because they had, like you said, it was about 20 or 30 variants.
Yeah,
of this right
here. There was a black and silver one, a black and gold one, the full color one.
Yeah,
it was just like everywhere.
Because they took advantage of the masses, because the masses thought, okay, I'm gonna get rich if I buy this. And then once the masses realized that only the golden age comics can make you rich, they left it alone. It went to something else, you know.
Yeah, people would buy them and think that like, oh, in 30 years this is gonna be worth a lot of money. But if there's like 6 or 7 million sold, like it's not rare. You know, the reason why the golden age was so rare was because people were throwing those out, like they weren't collector's items.
They would treat them like newspapers. The kids, kids will read them and then they'll throw them in the trash.
Yep. So it was very, very rare. Plus, it was like during World War II and stuff. So a lot of stuff got damaged. Plus, the comics code came out, and a lot of parents were like throwing away their kids' comics.
Yeah.
So the video game industry. Well, that's another topic. Ooh, that video game industry is awful right now.
Hey, real quick, real fast, while I'm on the show, they dropped the ball on the Steam machine, man.
Yes and no.
Okay, break it down to me because you got more knowledge than me.
So I am on the queue list, the reservation list. Okay. But I'm on the reservation list for the cheapest model, the 512 model, which is $1,049. And here's the thing, right? So this is why I put my reserve in, because I told my wife, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna put my reserve in just in case. And then sure enough, I got accepted. They're like, congratulations, you've been accepted. We'll email you once your order is available to be ordered.
Okay, dope.
DJ, he did the same thing, but he got put on the waiting list, not the reserve list. So he has to wait to 2027. So here's my thing with the Steam machine. Do you have the Steam Deck?
No, I got I bought my wife a Nintendo. What's them little things?
Switch?
A Switch, yeah.
So I have the Steam Deck, and I use my Steam Deck every single day.
Yeah, because you used to make a lot of videos about it too.
Yeah. Like I was just playing my Steam Deck on my TV before I started streaming, you know. So I use my Steam Deck every day. I dock it up like a Switch. I play it in handheld mode when I go to work. And the Steam machine is going to be 6 times stronger than the Steam Deck. And the Steam Deck already punches above its weight, you know? So the thing is, and the reason why I really changed my mind about the Steam machine is, right, you look at what's going on with PlayStation 6. They're not going to have discs. It's going to be over $1,000. PlayStation really isn't releasing any exclusives. Then you look over at Xbox, and Xbox Helix is going to be over $1,000, going to be all digital. And I'm like, you know, here's the thing. If I buy a PlayStation 6, I still have to buy the games, which are $70. If I buy the next Xbox, I still have to buy the games that are $70. If I buy a Switch 2, I still have to buy the games that are $70.
Well, let me ask you a quick question though. The argument that I'm seeing online is for the price of the Steam machine, you can just build your own, which is much faster.
Here's the thing with that though. Here's the thing. See, this is what people leave out. Yes, that's true in some cases. However, the people that are building these things on YouTube, if you watch their videos, they're buying used parts. They're like, oh, we're going to Facebook Marketplace and we're buying parts cheaper. We're doing this, we're doing that, right? I can go to Best Buy and buy a pre-built PC for $999, which is $50 cheaper than the Steam machine, and it's more stronger than the Steam machine. However, I bring that PC home, I then have to install Steam OS on it, right? The Steam machine is like a little box. It has
a little box.
It has Steam OS on it. So that means once I take this controller, the Steam controller, and I hit the Steam button, that machine will come on and it will be a video game console. Like I could turn the machine on with the controller. I can operate it with the controller. I can hook it up to multiple different TVs. That PC, if you buy a PC the same power as it, bro, you're talking about having this big box. And I don't know about you, but my wife doesn't want me to have this big giant tower in the living room. You know? It's like, This is a big tower, and then it has windows on it. So I would have to erase windows. But there's a lot of...
Hold on, the Steam machine got windows on it?
No, it has Steam OS.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, the Steam machine is a PC, so you can put windows on it. I don't know why anybody would want to.
I'm still considering getting one, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because just like you said, it's small. You can game on it, and it's a computer. Just to put it simply.
Yeah,
you know, because I'm like you. You know, I don't want to build a big old tower. I don't. You know what I mean? Because a custom computer, I can build one. I studied it. But in my mind, I don't want that big, bulky. So I'm considering a Steam machine because it's so small, compact, and it can do a lot of things, you know. Shout out to DJ.
Yeah, DJ threw in the $2 super chat, and you can upgrade the part. Yeah, you can upgrade the
that's right. You can
RAM.
upgrade the Steam machine, huh?
Yeah, you can upgrade. The only thing you can't upgrade is the CPU and the GPU. But you know, I seen a guy yesterday do a video and he said people are lying about the Steam machine, and it showed him playing Forza Horizon 6 that just came out last month. He was playing it at 60 frames per second and 1440p. And I'm like, that's insane, because other channels are trying to say like, oh, this thing sucks. You can't do this. You can't do that. And I know it's a lie, because I was playing the new Lego Batman on my TV with my Steam Deck at 1080p, 30 frames per second. And the Steam machine is supposed to be 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck.
Okay.
So, but here's the thing about who's the guest? This is Fatal J. I do have his links in the description box below. But
I've been here before, but it's been many moons ago. I've been here
many moons ago. But here's the thing though, and this is my biggest thing when it comes to these newer consoles, right? Whether you're talking about PlayStation or Nintendo or Xbox, when you buy those consoles, Jay, they are closed off consoles, which means if you buy a PlayStation, you can only play PlayStation games.
That's right.
You buy a Nintendo, you can only buy Nintendo games.
That's right.
And now it's getting worse, because now PlayStation said, we're not doing any more discs. So guess what? If you're strapped for cash, you can't buy a used game. You have to buy a game on their store. So they can charge you whatever they want.
Yeah, right? That makes sense, man. That makes sense. But I want to...
Oh, go ahead.
So what you're saying with the Steam machine is I might be able to purchase PlayStation games on it too?
I'm gonna show you. So this is my...
that might sell me though, you know?
This is my library on my Steam library.
Okay.
I have 677 games on my Steam library. This is why I want the Steam machine, because when I get the Steam machine, guess what, Fatal? all those games are playable on my Steam machine.
That's dope.
I don't like I can play these games on my Steam Deck. I can play them on my PC. I can play them on my Steam machine. I can play them on GeForce Now, right? So if you buy a Nintendo Switch 2, you got to buy all new games. You buy a PlayStation 6, you got to buy all new games.
Yeah.
Right? But you said, can you buy PlayStation games?
Look like I seen some PlayStation games on your in your library. Yeah. Okay, man, you make a good salesman. You make a real good salesman. You know. While you looking through that, I'm gonna ask you a question too.
Yeah.
So, news came out that Xbox CEO got rid of about thousands of workers.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this because you know more about the gaming than I do. Is Xbox finished?
Yes and no. I think it's more complicated than that.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'm going to get some detailed into that conversation because I got a lot to say about it. But I wanted to show
and then we got to talk about Supergirl too, James Gunn. Because I talk about that too.
That's about the same as the Xbox. But yeah, right here's God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
And I got Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
I saw Halo in there too. You had Halo somewhere.
Yeah.
I see Metal Gear Solid.
Resident Evil.
You don't sold me because I was thinking just about the price alone. But seemed like it's gonna be worth the price and more.
It's gonna be worth the price and more because you're gonna save on like so many
I see
things.
Sonic. Okay.
Where's my Spider-Man? Hold on a second.
Okay. Hey man, as much as you make videos and man, Steam Machine need to sponsor you. I mean Steam. They need to sponsor you. You a Steam advocate, you know?
Oh, so look right here, bro. I got Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Wow.
I got
and
Avengers,
I've been wanting that pack.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Midnight Sun, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Bro, this is all on one console.
When that Marvel token come out,
it's gonna be on here.
I'm gonna have to play you. We have to play each other.
And check this out. Look how cheap the games are, bro. Look how cheap the games are. I can go to my wish list right now, and games are $2, $2, $3, $4. Like, look how cheap the games are.
Yeah, they cut the prices down. So you said DJ on the waiting list. So is it too late for me to get on the waiting list?
You can put yourself on the waiting list right now, but it's going to be a while because the people with the reserves are going to get it first.
I mean, I don't care if I get it in 2027. I mean, I don't care.
If you're considering it, I would at least sign up for the waiting list. And then if you decide you don't want it, then just don't get it. You know,
I think I'm gonna get it.
At least you're there. You know,
because in my mind, everybody's like the price. I don't really care about the price. I would just want to know if it can get souped up or if it's as powerful as me making a custom PC.
Yeah.
So you sold me, man. You sold me.
And DJ said me and Rob has been preaching this thing forever.
Hey, I respect it.
I was telling DJ for like over a year, DJ, get a Steam Deck, get a Steam Deck, get a Steam Deck. He got a Steam Deck and like he never looked back. Like man, I should have got this thing. Bro, me and DJ, and this is something you could do with the Steam machine and the Steam Deck that you can't do. Me and DJ, we modded our Steam Deck to play retro games.
That's dope.
Bro, I was playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1. I was playing God of War 2. I was playing Zelda. Like you name it, man. I was playing it. Dude, just a couple months ago, I was playing Pokemon Red. Remember when Nintendo came out and said we're selling Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green?
That was on Game Boy. Wasn't that on Game Boy?
Game Boy Advance.
Because I remember Pokemon Red, and then they came out with a Pokemon Blue.
Yeah. They did Fire Red, Ruby Red, or whatever on Nintendo Switch, and they were charging $20. Bro, I modded my Steam Deck, put it on there for nothing, bro. I was playing it right there.
You make a good salesman. You make a good salesman. Well, I'm sold.
I'm trying to show you one more thing here.
After this stream, I'm definitely gonna sign up for that waiting list, DJ. I'm definitely gonna sign up, man. You sold me. You definitely sold me.
Oh, I want to show you this. So I have this on my Steam Deck, and DJ has the same thing. It's called MU Deck. And bro, look at these. These are my PSP games on MU Deck. Dragon Ball Z, Castlevania,
Final
Iron
Fantasy.
Man, Metal Gear, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, Spider-Man.
Wow.
Then you go over to like
bro, you'll never be bored again.
Bro, I'm never be bored again. Look at my PlayStation 2 games, man.
You'll never be bored again. Man, you got Onimusha. That's an old PS2 game.
Yeah, I got all these Super Nintendo games, bro.
Wow.
You can do all that on the Steam Deck and Steam Machine. You can't do that on the PlayStation 6. You can't do that on the Xbox.
Wow. Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold.
So when people say, "Oh, it's $1,000, it's a lot," yeah, but you can do so much with it.
And they just complaining because people still gonna buy it anyway. You know what I mean?
And guess what, Fatal? You can buy it without the controller because you don't need to buy the controller because a PlayStation controller works on it, an Xbox controller works on it, any controller you want.
So I can, because see, I'm more comfortable on a PlayStation controller. I can purchase a PlayStation controller and okay, I'm sold, bro.
Yep.
You make a good salesman, man.
Any Bluetooth controller works on the Steam Machine or Steam Deck. Dude, before I got this, I just used my PS5 controller on my Steam Deck.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sold.
It's like I keep trying to tell people that aren't in the ecosystem, like once you do it, like once you experience it, you can never go back. You can never go back because of the freedom you have. Like there's so much freedom. It's like
it's almost like Steam Deck is like OBS.
Yeah, it's sort of like
you can do so much with OBS.
It's an open platform. Like even if you go on the Steam store and you're like, hey, I want to buy Grand Theft Auto 5, and the Steam store is like $20, you can go to another website called Green Man Gaming or CD Keys, and they'll have it for like $10, and you can buy it for $10.
So you telling me the brand new, like let's just say the brand new Grand Theft Auto that's coming out, I will be able to play that on Steam Deck
as soon as it goes on PC.
Okay.
Because it's being released on console first for some weird reason. But like 6 months later, it's going to be going to PC, and then you can play it on there. Dude, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 3 on Steam Deck a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
Like I was just streaming it, playing it on there. Yeah, dude, it's just, And then I signed up for GeForce Now, which is like cloud gaming. And I can do cloud gaming on my phone, my PC, and I have it on my Steam Deck. I put it on my Steam Deck, and the other day I was live streaming a video game, and I told everybody I was playing a game called Mind's Eye. Not a very good game, but it was like $15, $16. And I was telling everybody, I'm like, guys, I've been playing this on GeForce Now this entire time, and people couldn't even believe it. They thought for sure I was playing it on like a high-end PC or PlayStation.
What's up with PlayStation doing strictly downloads now? Is they just dominating? They just a monopoly now?
So that kind of goes into your first statement about Xbox. So what it is Xbox, they fucked up bad, bro. Like sorry for the language, but they screwed up bad. They screwed up after the Xbox 360, and they just never were able to recover it. And then Phil Spencer came in, and his idea of fixing it is throw money at it. And the thing was, they were buying all these studios, Fatal, but they weren't releasing any games. Like it took like Hellblade 2, which I love Hellblade 2. Hellblade 2 was announced the same time the Xbox Series X was announced, and it didn't come out until 5 years later. And then the game was only like 4.5 hours long. It's like, bro, you can't spend all that money making that game and then it come out 5 years later. And I feel, me personally, is Game Pass killed Xbox.
Okay, what's Game Pass?
You don't know what Game Pass is?
Man, look, I'm a 40-year-old man that
I'm 42.
I was raised in the Sega Genesis,
but
Super Nintendo era. You know,
but you saying that made a perfect point. You said you're a gamer, you're my age, and you said what's Game Pass? That's the reason why Xbox is failing.
Okay,
because Xbox spent billions of dollars buying these studios for Game Pass, and the average person, whatever, like you,
Yeah.
they don't even know what it is.
See, I'm an average gamer. I'm not a hardcore gamer.
Yeah, they don't know what it is. So
Yeah.
what Game Pass is, it's basically Netflix for video games.
Okay.
Whenever there's a new game out, you know how games are like $70?
Yeah.
Well, they will be on Game Pass day one. And
okay. So you got a subscription and the games will pop up on
it's $20 a month.
Okay.
There's like 400 games on there, and every time there's a brand new Xbox game, it goes to Game Pass day one.
Okay.
But here's the problem with it. Game Pass, really good idea. Me and DJ, we used to be like, it's the best deal in gaming. It's great for us as gamers, but it's horrible for a corporation. Because what Xbox did was they trained their audience not to buy games.
Wow.
So people would come in and they're like, oh yeah, I'll just wait for Game Pass, or I'll just get it on Game Pass. And none of their games would sell. So now Xbox was losing all this money. So now Bill Spencer retired. They bring in this new girl, Asha Sharma, and she's like, look, we're only making 3% of our profits. We need to start over. So Bill Spencer bought all these companies like Activision and stuff. $70 billion he bought for Activision. He bought Bethesda for like $4 billion. Bought all these companies, but none of their games are selling. So they tried to put it on PlayStation, see if it would sell. They tried to put it on PC, see if it would sell. But it's too late. You already taught your audience to wait for Game Pass. Right? Dude, when was the last time? For real, let's be real. We got Netflix, we got HBO Max. When was the last time we went to a store and bought a DVD or Blu-ray?
Years.
You know why? Because we are now trained
not to
do that. We are programmed to just get on streaming.
The only time I will buy a DVD is if it was something that was just mind-blowing, because I don't want to have a streaming service where it's there 1 month and it's gone the next month. But it's like you said, it's been years, because before streaming, we was at the DVD store buying stuff left and right.
Every Black Friday, bro, I would stock up on Blu-rays and DVDs.
Yep.
But now they trained us just to wait for Game Pass, and it killed the business. They're not selling games, so now they have to lay all those people off. So this goes into your Sony question. Well, if Microsoft isn't selling games, isn't selling consoles, and their audience is just stuck to Game Pass, there's no competition for Sony.
Yeah.
So Sony can do whatever the fuck they want. And what are you going to do? They have over 100 million people that bought the PlayStation 5. They can literally, it's a monopoly now. It's like, what are you going to do? Like we own the market. Like we can do whatever they want. They did the same thing with the PS3. The PS2 was the highest selling console. PlayStation 3 came out and they're like, we're going to charge $600. And everybody went and bought an Xbox 360. But now Xbox messed up. Everybody bought a PS4 and now a PS5. So now Sony is like, oh, we can do whatever we want. We're going to just sell digital games now because they want more money, right?
Yeah, they're the big dog.
Yeah, they make so much money just selling digitally because like the Steam machine, you can buy stuff on sale on Steam. You can buy it on different websites. You have a variety. If PlayStation goes digital, the only place you can buy games is on the PlayStation Store. It becomes a monopoly. And I think, and not only that, PlayStation can take your games away at any time. Like you're not buying. Yeah, dude. PlayStation took 500 movies away from players last week.
Wow.
Just went into their library and deleted them because PlayStation no longer had the license. So you could buy Grand Theft Auto 6 5 years from now. If the license agreement disappears, they can take it away.
See, that's like Netflix changed the whole ecosystem. Because
if you do not sign into your PlayStation in 30 days, they can take your game.
Wow.
You can't do that with Steam. Steam doesn't have those type of DRM restrictions. And you can get refunds on games at any time. So
that's how Steam gonna be a big dog.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the next competition.
So a lot of people are now going, okay, Xbox, you messed up. PlayStation, you're messed up. We're just gonna go over to PC because PC is an open platform. You have better policies. You actually own your games. So PlayStation messed up by not doing physical. physical was the only thing that kept Sony in the game because
Yeah.
people could at least own their game.
Hey man, you sold me with the Steam.
I'm telling you, bro.
You might be a Steam agent, you know.
Bro, whenever I get my Steam Machine video or my Steam Machine, I'm gonna do so many videos on that thing because I feel like there's a lot of false information out there from people. Because
but when you go on YouTube, you see nothing but Steam Machine bad.
Yeah,
Steam Machine bad.
I seen one video and the guy was like, the Steam Machine's awful. It's like it's not even running at 20 frames per second.
I saw that same video.
And,
it was a white guy. It was a white guy, and he showed like what you could do with a PC and what you could do with a Steam Machine.
And I'm like, dude, that's not correct. I saw IGN do a whole hour live stream, and they're trying to play like Resident Evil and Cyberpunk, and they're like, yeah, like we're only getting 20 frames per second. I'm like, because you have it setting to all maxed out, right? So in PC, you can change the settings to make it play better.
Yeah.
Right. So I was watching them and they had it on 4K native.
That's the highest.
Yeah, at max settings, like max graphic settings. I'm like, bro, my PC that's specially built can't even do that. It's like you have to compromise, right?
Yeah.
Put the settings down to medium, switch it to 1080p or 1440p. People are purposely trying to make it look bad.
They try to make it look bad.
I don't know why.
And see, having your computer and TV running at 4K, that's just like us trying to go play NBA. We're gonna be burnt out and probably dead. But the game is over.
you can't do it. And what the funny thing is people think that PlayStation, like the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox, is playing native 4K, and it's not. The PlayStation 5 is using 1080p, and they're using AI to upscale it to 4K.
Wow. Okay.
So the Steam Machine can do the same thing. Dude, I seen one video where someone compared the Steam Machine to the PlayStation, Digital Foundry, compared the Steam Machine to the PlayStation 5, and in some cases, it outperformed the PS5.
Wow. Okay.
It's just, you have certain people with agendas that are trying to make it seem like it's not good, but it's all about how you optimize the game yourself. Let me get to these 3 super chats. I know Geeky Guy sent one. I'll get to yours in a second, Geeky Guy. I just want to get to these because they're staying on topic right now. Game Pass trains us not to buy games, and that was their downfall, DJ, 100%. And then DJ threw another $5 super chat. Like I said, would happen. Xbox CEO has to go to Congress. Oh, really? I didn't even know that. Well, I'm hearing that regulators are starting to get to PlayStation about their monopoly now too, especially since ever since the physical games, they announced the physical games were gone. The stock increased, and a bunch of the CEOs cashed in their stocks, and now they're thinking that this was something to do with insider trading. So now that might be against the law, and then
sound like Xbox might be seeing their last days.
I don't think Xbox is going to be around anymore. I think the brand is going to be around.
The brand will be there, but the consoles.
I think they're going to like turn into Netflix, but I don't think after this. I don't
think about how many cold consoles we seen, and now they gone. Look at Sega.
Yep.
Sega had to give it up. Look at SNK. SNK was ahead of the game when it came to consoles, and then they was done. You know. Yeah, so we might be seeing the last days of Xbox.
Yeah, I don't think Xbox is going to. If the Helix comes out, it's probably going to be their last one because there's just no reason for it. And if PlayStation don't change their shit, they're not going to be.
And see, that's crazy with me thinking about with Xbox because Microsoft, they started the PC game.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, but so Microsoft is all invested in an AI right now, so they don't care about anything but AI.
Yeah,
Geek Guy $200 super chat. I like Rob's idea, Greg Berlanti as DCU CEO. Yeah, I think I have lost so much faith in James Gunn. Still much faith. In James Gunn.
Oh yeah, man, that one of our topics too.
Yes, Supergirl was a massive letdown.
I could tell from the trailers. I knew it. And then this the thing about it. They showed the entire movie in the trailer.
Pretty much.
They showed the last fight in the trailer.
Pretty much. Have you ever read the comic it was based off of?
I tried to, but it was too boring for me.
Exactly. It's one of the worst comic books ever written. Why would you take that comic book to make a movie?
And I'm a comic book head to the core, and I just couldn't get into it. It's a lot of comics I just can't get into, you know.
The comic book sucked. Why would you make a movie out of that comic, man?
They had so many good Supergirl runs, like for instance, I know you know Michael Turner.
Oh,
rest in peace.
Michael Turner.
Turner did a dope Supergirl story that involved Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Darkseid.
Are you talking about when Darkseid took her to be his like Apocalypse? Like bro, that shit was amazing.
Why they didn't do that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. I literally had that same conversation with Geeky Guy. I'm like, why didn't they do that?
They should have did that one. You could have brought in Batman, Wonder Woman, and Darkseid. That movie would have did $1 billion, man.
Right? You know, that, first of all, they should have took that premise for their first Justice League movie. Like Darkseid coming, like at the end of Superman, the one at the David Corners fight, you should have Supergirl arrive, right? And then like Clark trying to and then in the Justice League movie, Clark is trying to teach her and stuff. Darkseid comes, takes her down. The Justice League has to go get her back. Then you spin off a Supergirl movie after that.
Man. James Gunn, he got to be a contrarian. He got to be. Because if you say red, he gonna go with green. If you go with 2, he gonna go with 5. You know, he just don't want to listen to the fans. He just don't want to do it.
Geeky or DJ, man. DJ coming with all kinds of super chats today.
Sure is, man.
Holy crap.
Shout out to DJ.
Doing $2 super chat. Take the dog to the Yellow Sun. Movie over.
That's what I told Danny. I told Danny that because I would let Danny know I had seen the movie. And I said, Danny, all she had to do was take the dog to the Yellow Sun. And then Danny told me, well, you can't move him. Okay, don't move him. Put him on the stretcher.
Danny must have been texting you the same time he was texting me. It had to be because it was like a Saturday. I went and saw the movie. Me and my wife went to a restaurant afterwards to go get lunch, and I'm getting a text message from Danny. And Danny's like, I got a question for you. I'm like, what? He's like, why did he just bring the dog to a Yellow Sun?
He got that from me, I promise you.
And then I did 3 dots. And I put my phone down and I looked up and I looked at my wife. My wife's like, what's wrong? I'm like, why didn't she just bring the dog to a Yellow Sun? And then my wife looked at it, she started thinking, and then my wife's like, well, they did say if they moved him, it would move faster. So I messaged Danny and I'm like, good question. I don't know. But they did say that if they moved him, it would go faster. And
then, put him on a stretcher or put him on the table. Lift up the table and take him.
Exactly. Like it doesn't make no sense,
man. You know, I would like sense. You know, even though I'm a Snyder head, I'm still a DC head at the same. And I wanted a good Superman, Batman universe. Supergirl is like phase 4, phase 5.
Yes.
That's not a phase 1 movie.
No, dude, I don't like, bro, you need to come out swinging. Yeah. Right. You go look at Marvel, right? Well, see, Marvel didn't have the rights to X-Men and Spider-Man, but they came out with Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, the Hulk, right?
The starting Avengers, you know?
And can you imagine if they did Iron Man and then the next movie was Ant-Man? Like, bro, you can't do that shit.
Or like, what's that girl name? What's the Iron Man girl name? The black girl.
Ironheart.
If they drop Iron Man and then drop Ironheart next year.
Yeah, like you can't do that, man. You need to build your universe. See, this is why I have lost faith in James Gunn, and I was rooting for James Gunn, man. I was like, oh, James Gunn's gonna come in, and I don't know how you feel about Superman. I love Superman, I waited.
But it's too boring. It's boring. It's not a bad film. Superman, DCU, James Gunn.
Yeah, you think that's boring?
Man, some of them scenes was too stressed out. Like,
bro, you're crazy. Man of Steel was boring.
Man of Steel was amazing.
Bro, Man of Steel, I'm just like, come on.
So what would you rate Superman on a scale from 1 to 10?
James Gunn Superman?
Yeah.
I would give it an 8.
See, I give it a 5.
See, I would give Man of Steel a 5.
Okay.
But see, I waited over 30 years to get a Superman like James Gunn's Superman because I'm a Christopher Reeves fan. I like my Superman to be colorful, to be hopeful,
and I can dig that,
and to save people.
Yeah,
bro. When he saved that squirrel, I stood up and clapped. I saw that movie 3 times in theaters. I must have watched. I just watched it again last week. I must have watched that movie like 20 times already.
See, but the thing about me though, a hero movie is just as good as his villain. And the clone thing, I wasn't really feeling that. You know?
Yeah, but but here's the thing though, right? When I left Superman, I was smiling. I had hope. Like I felt hopeful. When he went to that building and he kissed Lois and they're flying, and then she's like, I love you too. Bro, I was so happy. And then you look at Man of Steel, and what does he do? He kisses Lois, and there's millions of fucking people dead behind him. How is that hopeful?
Now, watch this though. Man of Steel do have flaws. You know, I like Man of Steel better. It do have flaws. Because I always said this as a Snyderhead. I said this. Even a scumbag is going to save his dad. Even a scumbag. So if Superman is the #1 savior to save people, he wouldn't dare leave his dad out there.
Zack Snyder's Superman doesn't save people, bro. He's walking down Smallville, right? When the Kryptonians are coming, and there's people hanging outside this convenience store, and Superman's like, go inside, it's not safe. Dude, 2 minutes later, he throws a Kryptonian through the building.
He did say that one dude, though, when they were fighting the Kryptonians, when they was in Smallville.
Bro, how are you going to sit there and make out with Lois Lane when there's women and children's bodies scattered across the ground underneath you? How? And I don't want to hear this whole crap of, well, he's only been Superman for like 1 day. Bro, Clark in Smallville wasn't Superman, and he saved people all the time.
You're right. At the end of the day, though, ain't nothing comparing to Superman 2, though. Superman 2.
Dude, Superman 2 is my favorite, man.
Superman 2 is amazing, man.
Dude, I rewatched it last Saturday, bro.
Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know a lot of people may be against this. I know probably 90% against this. They need to make a Christopher Reeves AI.
Yeah. They tried in the Flash movie, remember?
They did.
And that failed. You got $2 super chat. Gunn's contract expires in 2027. Man of Tomorrow better hit. Yeah, I've been reading and watching videos, and there's rumors out there that he's just gonna step away. That the pressure's starting to get to him
because he a contrarian. He don't want to do what the fans tell him to do. He think if he can do the same thing with Guardians and give us C-list, D-list characters. Yeah. You can't do that with DC because at Marvel, they had a rail or machine before we even got the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. That's why I think someone like Craig Berlanti would be better, because Craig Berlanti, he took stuff that was in the CW shows, and I know we like to make fun of it now, but back then that shit was lit, bro.
That's comic accurate too.
Yeah, and he made a whole universe on television. Do you know how hard that is to do?
Yeah,
and I feel like you gotta like, I'm okay with Superman being hopeful and stuff like that, but you needed to do a Wonder Woman movie next. You needed to do, like, I know Batman's kind of tied up with Matt Reeves right now, but you needed, like, for example, if you need to stop doing these high, Supergirl cost $170 million to make, bro. That's insane. You could have took $50 million and make a Green Arrow movie. You know,
man.
Look at Green Lantern, bro. There's nothing green in that shit.
Yeah, you're right. It's sad. They ain't constructing nothing. But the thing about it, it's you got the cheat code. Superman, Batman, what the 3 most popular?
Yeah, dude, you have 3 of the 5 most popular super. Like, when you look at the most popular, right? Like, Spider-Man's on that list. Wolverine's on the list. But you have 3 of the top 3.
3 of the top.
And he's talking about putting Maxima in Superman 2. Like, bro, that better be Wonder Woman. You better be lying to people. If I go see Superman 2, Man of Tomorrow, and whatever her name, Andriana Joe, whatever her name is.
Yeah, because she got the look though. I got to give it that.
If she comes out and she's really Maxima and she's not Wonder Woman, bro, I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm like just some geek. If Man of Tomorrow don't hit $1 billion, it's over for James Gunn.
It doesn't need to hit $1 billion, but it does need to hit 800.
I even lower it and give it 800. But if it don't hit 800, James is done.
I've said this on Storm's Live. Actually, I said it on Sunday that it cannot do the same or worse than Superman 1. It has to do better, and it has to do better. It has to do significantly better. This whole thing about Superman 2025 having to hit $1 billion, I never agreed with that because the DCEU just fell off a cliff. It just needed to do better than the last 5 or 6 DCEU movies. But Superman 2, there's no excuse.
There's no excuse.
The excuse is over. You had a movie.
Yeah.
You reintroduced the audience. Next movie has to do better. There's no excuse for it.
It got to do this now. It got to.
Yes. It has
and I'm sorry. Giving us a DC starting off with Creature Commando, and I enjoy Creature Commandos, but you don't start it off that way.
No. like, dude, like this whole thing of doing stuff and I don't like the TV show stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like Marvel didn't do that until like season 3 or season 4. Right? You're starting off to like I didn't watch Peacemaker season 2. I watched the first episode. I'm like, nah, I'm not watching this crap, right?
I did the same thing. And then I end up binging both of them, and I regret binging it.
I binged season 1, and then I'm like, okay, I watched season 2, and I watched the first episode, and once I saw John Cena naked, I was like, I'm done.
Naked, and then the final finale, it was a musical.
Oh, yeah, nah.
James Gunn just don't have the chops to be a leader for a comic book company, you know?
A universe. I don't think he has the vision of the universe, right? But what people don't understand about Kevin Feige, before Kevin Feige started the MCU, Kevin Feige produced a lot of the other Marvel movies, a lot of the X-Men movies, the Spider-Man movies, the Blade movies, the Fantastic Four movies. He was a producer on that. So he saw what worked and what didn't work. You know, James Gunn was a director. He went from directing into being a CEO of a corporation, and now he wants to put his vision in everything. And it's like you have to look at the bigger picture, man. I might not agree with everything Zack Snyder was doing, but he had at least the foresight of saying we need Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman.
The cheat code. That's the cheat code. You know, and then you can introduce all your little minor characters in within those 3 movies, build up to Avengers, and boom, it's the cheat code.
Yeah.
I think DC got a better cheat code than Marvel, in my opinion.
They have the emergency hit the glass and boom. It's like you hit the glass, the Trinity. There you go. That's your emergency.
That's your emergency cheat code.
Yeah.
So it's James, man. You got to step it up, man.
You know what I don't like? Also, I listen to a lot of podcasts. Like John, I don't know if you follow John Campia, but I listen to John Campia and stuff.
I can't listen to him for too long, you know.
Either can I. I like it when Robert Meyer Burnett's on there, but when it's Campia,
now Robert is like the wise guy.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
John Campia uses this stupid excuse. Well, you can't just copy what Marvel did. Why not? Why can't you? The blueprint's there. Movie, Avengers. Movie, Avengers.
Not only that, movie, introduce a character, then come out with that character movie. You know?
It's like Civil War, introduce Spider-Man, Black Panther, then do a Black Panther and Spider-Man movie. Like, can you imagine, Fatal, if both of us was building a house, right? And we watched someone build a house, right? We sat there, we watched a friend build a house. And then me and you were going to build a house. And then you're going to go, well, I'm going to follow his blueprint. And I'm like, man, screw that. I'm going to build this the way I want to build it. Yeah. Which one do you think is going to have a better house?
The first one?
Because you followed the blueprint.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not telling you to copy what Marvel did, you know, exactly. But you saw what made them successful.
Yeah.
Copy that to an extent. Like, you notice why Phase 4 and Phase 5 wasn't successful? Because Marvel went away from that blueprint.
They went away from the blueprint. Yep.
It's ridiculous, man. It's
If you could predict the future, what you think is gonna happen to James Gunn in the next 2 years?
I think if I had $1,000 and I can go to Vegas and bet $1,000, I bet exactly what Geeky Guy says right here, that James Gunn's contract will expire in 2027. Paramount will be sold over to, or WB will be sold over to Paramount, and James Gunn is just going to leave.
Because Man of Steel is being filmed now.
Man, tomorrow, yeah.
So they're going to give him some time. And I think based on that movie, in all honesty, I don't think it's going to do good.
It's got to hit. It's got to hit 700.
When I had them,
million.
I'm gonna put it like this: if that trailer don't hit, it's done.
But see, here's the thing with James Gunn too. I told you I love that movie. I love Superman. That doesn't mean I think it's perfect. I definitely have problems with the movie.
Yeah.
The things and I'm very positive about the movie. The thing about James Gunn is he doesn't look at the criticism and course correct. He double downs on it. The shit with Jarrell and him being a conqueror, bro, why'd you do that? Why?
That's what I'm saying.
And then I try to make excuses going, well, maybe they got the interpretation wrong because no one.
I thought that too, but then they double backed on it in Supergirl.
Supergirl, they doubled down on it. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I gave you an out, right? Like, it's easy to say, well, no one understands Kryptonian. Right, so maybe the translators on Earth just didn't understand the Kryptonian right. But then in Supergirl, they doubled down on this shit.
I'm telling you, it was too many bad nuggets in that movie for me. You brought up the Jor-El. I forgot about the Jor-El. Jor-El is supposed to be his mentor when he in the what's the ice cave? Fortune of Solitude. That's supposed to be his mentor. His dad supposed to be his mentor. He kind of bumbling and slow. Even though that was a good scene between, but that scene I wanted that scene to be longer to where he telling him love his son and giving him good advice.
The reason why they didn't do that is because they wanted it to be about his Earth family. Because the whole movie, the theme of the movie is alien and being human. And Lex's motive through the whole movie is, you're an alien. You don't belong here. You don't belong here. And then at the end of the movie, Superman's like, see, that's where you're wrong. I'm more of a human than any of you because I fail and I get scared and I get worried. And by him, it was about him relating to his Earth family more than his Kryptonian family.
I get that. I definitely get that. But all that we get from Superman is because of his dads. You know what I'm saying?
I know. That's why I thought they were going to course correct, but then they doubled down. Like, I thought the Jor-El stuff was fine for the first movie because you could always say in the sequel, oh, that was a mistake. But the problem is, in Supergirl, they doubled down on it. So now you can't go back.
Bob, as much as we read comics and watch the animated movies, when have we ever seen Jor-El evil?
Smallville, season 3.
Oh, I forgot about Smallville. That's a good show too.
Jor-El was bad for like 2 seasons, but it was because they misinterpreted what Jor-El was saying. Because remember, Christopher Reeves was in season 3, and he translated the Kryptonian on the cave for Clark, and he says, "You are a conqueror," right? And remember, Jor-El he was the one that like he was sending people to like take him out or whatever, but it was Jor-El trying to train him to be better, but it was a mistranslation. So I thought James Gunn was going to do the same thing.
I thought that too. I thought by the end of the movie, they were going to get the translation right.
Well, I thought they were going to get the translation right in the second movie. Because
Supergirl?
No, in Man of Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Because the first movie was all about him being more human than Kryptonian. I wanted the second movie to be about him being more Kryptonian than human. Him
That's
really
too smart though. That's too smart for these writers.
I mean, I've been following Superman since I was like 3, so
But I'm just saying, whatever you just saying is too good for them to write that.
Yeah. Geek Guy threw in a $5 super chat. How did Lex know that Superman's computer had
incriminated?
No.
Incriminated info.
Superman's computer had incriminated. What would be the plan if it didn't? How did he know Superman would be surrendered? Well, that you can't really use that logic, you guy. And thank you for the $5 super chat. Because in Superman 2, Lex, Gene Hackman went to the Fortress of Solitude as well.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
he did.
He didn't
and
know.
Even in Brandon Ruth, didn't that Lex go into it too?
Kevin Spacey. Because remember, Miss Tessmacher was like, "You act like you've been here before," and he kind of looked away, like he has.
Because that Kevin Spacey Superman, that was just a sequel to to Christopher Reeves. Superman.
Yeah. It was technically the next movie over. But the thing is, though, here's the thing, you guys,
and they should still do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But here's the thing, though, he didn't know exactly there was incriminating info. But if you're gonna look for somebody, you're gonna go look for their house. And the thing was, Lex's plan to find a Fortress of Solitude made sense, because what did he say to Rick Flag and the rest of the people in that meeting? He's like, "Oh, did you guys know he had a hidden base? That's against all regulation. You're not supposed to have a hidden base. He's an alien that has a hidden base, and he wanted to find it. And then when he got in there, he had what's her face tap into it to see. Like, for example, if I wanted to get some dirt on you, geeky guy, and I knew where you lived, and I really wanted to expose you, I could break into your house. Will I find something? I don't know, but that's where I would look, you know?
Yeah.
So it made sense.
Made sense.
For Lex to look there.
Yeah.
Because every other interpretation of Superman has done it. Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville went to the Fortress of Solitude. Remember?
Man of Steel did it too.
Man of Steel.
Yeah, he did. He went in the ship. Lex went in the ship. Well, that might have been Justice League, though. He went in the ship.
Jesse Eisenberg. No, BVS.
That was BVS. Yeah, he went in the ship.
He asked the senators to have full access to that. Why? Because he wanted to go into the computer. He put the crystal in because he wanted to learn everything.
No, but he did it in the Snyder Cut too. Because remember, that's how he made
Doomsday.
No, you're right. That's BVS. He made Doomsday. BVS. That's right. That's right.
But yeah, you're missing my point. How did he know the computer? He didn't know. That's why he checked. That's why he checked. He checked. I literally just pointed out.
That ain't strange. That ain't strange to the story.
I literally pointed out every live action interpretation of Lex has done that. Michael Rosenbaum, Kevin Spacey, Jesse Eisenberg. You don't know until you look. like you don't look. Like that's like, how do you know if I dig in this hole I'm gonna strike oil? You don't until you check. Like you have to check. Like if you have a guy who has a base, you want to check his base to see where there is. And if he has a computer, you want to check his computer, right? It's I think guy. That's obvious common sense.
Hey, all I gotta say this, man. This Lanterns and this Clayface have to be fantastic.
I think Clayface is gonna be a hit.
I think Clayface is gonna be what Penguin was to everybody.
So I will say this before I get to Geek Guy's next super chat. Me personally, I'm not gonna go see Clayface. I don't like villains having standalone movies. I don't like body horror. So the only way I would watch the movie is if it's getting like great reviews from everybody, going like, you have to see this, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll give it a chance. But the thing is, Clayface only cost $40 million to make. If Clayface makes $100 million, bro, that's a massive hit.
Well, see, that's DC thing now. They making these small budget films.
Dude, Supergirl was $170 million.
But for DC, let's just say Marvel standards, that's a cheap movie.
Yeah, for Marvel standards, but that's too much money for a Supergirl movie.
That's too much money. I agree.
You could have did an Oliver Queen Green Arrow movie for $50 million and make more money than Supergirl.
Well, they don't want to do that because that's what people want.
Yeah, it's like
whatever you want, James Gunn is not going to give it to you.
It just so I think
booster gold, bro. Booster gold.
Yeah.
He's not going to give you what you want.
That's like Sony giving us Madam Web and Morbius.
But what I'm interested in is this: that Matt Reeves' Batman is going to hit.
Oh, that's just going to blow it out of the water, and then it's going to put more pressure on James Gunn. It's like,
but see, that's my question. will James Gunn get credit for that as far as that being a DCU movie, or is that on his own? That's
No,
kind of
that's
strange.
just on its own. It's on its own.
Okay.
Matt Reeves doesn't want nothing to do with the DCU.
I think, to me, and this is just me talking, I think it might be a hidden beef between Matt Reeves and James Gunn.
No.
Because James Gunn want to do Batman as well.
So here's the thing. And I got to go back. You got to go back like 8 years for this. Do you remember back when Walter Hamada ran DCU or DCEU? Yeah. They originally was supposed to have Ben Affleck direct Batman.
That's right. But Ben didn't want to do it.
Yeah, Matt Reeves came in. And if you go back and watch Movie Talk from back then, Matt Reeves got into an argument with Walter Hamada and then left. And then 6 months later, he came back to negotiate. The reason why Matt Reeves left is because they wanted Matt Reeves to do a movie in the DCEU. And Matt Reeves said, no, I want to do a standalone Batman movie. That's why Batman was not in the DCEU. And that's the reason why Batman is not in the DCU. Not that he has beef with James Gunn. He has a contract that says my movies are standalone.
See, but I could tell there was something going on with Matt Reeves. I could tell.
Matt Reeves does not want to be in a cinematic universe. He does not want to be tied down to, I have to do this, I have to do this. Can you imagine Crypto showing in Matt Reeves' Batman movie? Bro, Batman would kill that dog. Like, get the hell out of my movie.
But okay. Matt Reeves drop and this movie do 900 to $1 billion. I believe it's gonna do $1 billion because it's Batman and people love Batman. But wouldn't that help DC still though? You see what I'm saying? I know it's a standalone movie. I know it's, but wouldn't that James Gunn be like, yeah, this movie did good?
Here's the thing.
You know,
you're right. Okay, you're correct. You're right. It would help DC. It would help Warner Brothers because it's Warner Brothers property. It would help DC, but it wouldn't help the DCU. Here's the thing. I think, listen to me, Fatal. Here's my strategy. If they would have waited and not released Supergirl and waited until August, here's the thing. Superman Brand New Day would come out. You know as well as I do, bro. When a movie comes out and it's good, it makes you excited for the next movie.
Make you excited.
If Brand New Day comes out and Brand New Day is great, people are excited for the next superhero movie. It's like, oh, Brand New Day is great. Supergirl, a new okay, let's go see Supergirl, right? Because once people are excited, then they want to see the next big thing. You put Supergirl in death row, bro, next to Toy Story and Minions.
And James acting like he a big dog, dropping in the summer. Don't drop Supergirl in the summer.
No, drop that bitch in August.
I would have even dropped it in January, the slow month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but in January, this January, but dude, January doesn't do good for movies though.
But look what it did for Black Panther. Black Panther dropped in February.
Panther came out in February though,
and killed it.
Yeah,
you know, January and February are slow movie months.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
No competition during those months.
Yeah. Geek Guy threw in 2 super chats. Let me get to Geek Guy threw in the first one. I thought the new DCO CEO candidate, Jay Oliver. I don't know anything about.
That's Jay Oliver. Jay Oliver is pretty good. He worked with Snyder. He got good writing.
I don't want anything with Snyder in this universe.
Snyder ain't gonna be a part of it. Jay Oliver, he could stand on his own, you know. But if this Lanterns is bad, and usually I can tell if something is bad, it's a 50-50 with Lanterns. But if Lanterns end up being bad, it's over for the DCU.
Well, at least I don't know, but I would say
Supergirl was one of the biggest flops, man.
Oh, I know, it lost like $250 million.
That's bad.
But if Clayface, see, okay, we gotta look at the bigger picture here. So, and I'm not defending Supergirl because I think the movie's awful.
Yeah,
I'm not defending it.
We're talking business wise.
Let me show you something here. Hold on.
We talking business. We ain't talking from a fan point, so I get it.
Okay, this cup represents the DC universe, right? Superman comes out. Superman makes that much money, right?
Yeah.
Supergirl comes out, it loses money, right? So I pour it back in so it goes down.
Yeah.
Like, let's say Clayface comes out. and Clayface makes 100 million,
Yeah.
right, or more, then more money gets added to the overall.
Yeah.
See, it isn't just about the movie to movie thing, right? It's about the universe. So let's say Superman came out, made 630 million. You have 630 million. Then Supergirl comes out, lose 250 million. So now you go down. But then Clayface comes out, makes 200 million. Then you go back up. You know? Because
So that movie only took 40 million to make. Well, they better kill it with the marketing, because think about it. The general masses don't know Clayface.
Exactly. But it's coming out in October during Halloween time.
Ah, that's smart. Now I got to give them that.
It is.
Okay.
So,
that could be looked at as a horror.
Yes.
Horror.
Well, yeah. So it's going to do great with the horror market. So,
okay, that makes sense.
So the reason why I was demonstrating that is because the thing is, if Clayface does really good, it can take away from the damage that Supergirl did financially, not in the perception of the audience, but financially. So Supergirl lost 250 million because it bombed. Well, if Clayface does, like, have you heard of the movie Obsession?
Yeah, I need to see that movie, because people acting like that's like the greatest indie ever.
It's my movie of the year. I love it. But the point I'm trying to make is Obsession cost $750,000 and it made over 400 million. That movie made $399 million in profit. That is something that has like never happened in the movie industry. If Clayface can come out and make like $200 million of just profit, then that knocks Supergirl's loss to only 50 million. Not
well, see, I talked to a Hollywood producer last year around this time, and he told me Hollywood is going just straight indie, low budget type films. They doing it now. Yeah,
you have to, because so many. You remember earlier in the stream we were talking about Game Pass and how Game Pass trained people not to buy games.
Yeah,
Netflix and HBO Max and stuff like that, streaming services trained us not to go to the theater.
Yeah,
right. Like Project Hail Mary, I didn't even go to the theater to see that. I waited for it to come out on VOD and I watched it.
Yeah,
you know, like there's so many Deep Water. I'm watching it this week on VOD. Like I only go to the movies if it's like a big blockbuster movie that I want to see.
Same
Otherwise, I wait for VOD now.
Yeah,
and what's happening is they're spending so much money on these movies in Hollywood that they're not breaking even or making. Dude, Masters of the Universe bomb, Mandalorian and Grogu bomb, Supergirl bomb. Dude, these are big movies that cost a lot of money and a bomb.
Star Wars movie bombed.
Yes, who would have thought
that? Just people would have never thought that 10 years ago.
No. And it cost them like $200 million to make that movie, man.
They should have never made that movie. They should have just made a season 4.
Yes.
They should have just made a season 4.
So we're having the same problem in the video game industry where they're taking these budgets for video games and it's costing like $600 million to make these games, and then the games come out and nobody buys them. The same thing with the movie industry. You can't sit there and do 100. There's only a certain amount of directors and a certain amount of properties that you can justify that, you know?
I think Avengers messed up everything.
You think what messed up everything?
Avengers, because everybody else thought they could do that.
Yes. You know? Yes. Dude, look at Avatar Fire and Ash. Right? Yeah. That thing cost almost like $900 million to make, and it only made $1.4 billion.
So it didn't make its money back?
I think it barely broke even.
Because James Cameron is like the big dog of Hollywood.
Yeah, but so many
because he was doing billions before Marvel.
Yeah, but see, Avatar 1 did almost $3 billion. Avatar 2 did like $2.5 billion. This one lost $1 billion compared to those other two. You know why? Because, dude, I watched Avatar last week for the first time. I waited for Disney Plus. I'm not gonna go see that movie. First of all, I don't like the Avatar movies. I feel like every movie is the same damn movie with these blue.
It's the same movie. I only went because my wife and son wanted to see it, but I don't care about Avatar like that. Even though that Fire and Ash was a good movie.
I don't think so. I thought Fire and Ash sucked balls.
We talking about the one with the girl, right? The girl Avatar.
Dude, she was the only good thing about it.
She was dope,
bro.
She was dope,
dude. Think about Fire and Ash. It's literally the same plot as the second movie, except
It's
for
the
they have
same.
fire people.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's like, we got to save the whale. And bro, the son pissed me off so much. The son goes up to the whale. I hear you, brother. Bro, it's a fucking whale. He's not your brother. That's like me going up to a cow and saying, I hear you, brother. It's a cow. You're a hamburger. Like, what are you talking about? The whale is your brother. Dude, I hate those movies. I hate them so much.
To me, it's too much like Pocahontas. The Pocahontas
Bro,
story.
it's Pocahontas, Fern Gully, Free Willy. The only thing good about the second one was that fire princess was hot as hell. I wanted to bang her. I told my wife, I'm like, man, she's hot. She's hot as hell. My wife's like, Rob, you had a sister who's a cow. That's true. That's true.
Man,
But
hey.
yeah, it's just like, but the point I'm trying to make was, you're right. The budgets are too high. You look at the movies that have been hitting lately. Last year, WB, all their horror movies hit because they all cost like $20 million, bro.
Hey, that A24, they've been killing it. The studio,
A24 and Blumhouse, both of them.
Blumhouse and A24 have been killing it, and I think Hollywood is gonna take their blueprint soon.
You have to.
Yeah,
Like people want. Like, I remember I had no intention to see an Obsession. Right? I'm like, I watched the trailer. I'm like, I'll wait for VOD. And then the reviews came out, and it was getting such good reviews. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the theater and watch this now. Right? You need to do smaller movies that get good reviews. People want to get different experiences. You just can't keep throwing stuff. Look at what Sony did. Venom, Craven, Morbid. Bro, I want to kill myself. Those movies are awful.
Yeah.
Awful. Dude, Venom was doing DJing. Venom was a DJ. Venom, bro. Venom.
I was out. That first Venom, I enjoyed it.
Oh,
that second Venom, when he was like destroying the apartment, I said, I can't take this no more. This is trash.
They turned Carnage into a bitch. Carnage is like the most evil, twisted villain, like outside of the Joker. And
see, me and you got the same mind. He like Marvel version of Joker with powers.
Yeah. Like, bro, he will kill you and laugh. Like, he does not care.
And I was still waiting for them to do a Maximum Carnage art with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Like, bro, give me back. Dude, Maximum Carnage, like $2 billion movie, man.
$2 billion.
And then Venom 3, they introduced this new villain, and he never shows up in the movie, bro.
I never did watch it. Dude,
save your money. Save your money.
That's what I'm telling people about Supergirls. Save your money. It's not worth it.
Bro, I went and saw Danny messaged me after you saw Supergirl and said, Fatal said it's the worst movie ever made. I'm like, Danny, it's not the worst movie ever made. He's like, well, I'm telling you what Fatal said. I'm like, Danny, that's a stupid comment. He's just mad and thinking in the moment. I'm like, when you think about it, it's not worse than Madam Web. It's not worse than Morbius. I agree with you. Supergirl was awful. It made no sense.
It wasn't the worst. I was just mad. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of James Gunn, man.
Dude, I was his defender, and I'm right there with you, bro. It's
I'm tired of him, man. He's just not leadership material.
Yeah, so, dude, not everybody's. I said this before on Storm's Live. I said this about who did I say this about? I think I might have said it about Kathleen Kennedy. I'm like, not everybody. Oh, I said it about Dave Filoni, right? Because Dave Filoni is really good at animation, but he's not good at anything else. Yeah. And I'm like, not everybody is good at everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to try new things, but it's also okay to say, hey, I tried this. I'm not good at this. Right? Yeah. James Gunn is a good director. I think he's a horrible CEO.
Yeah.
Right? Dave Filoni is great at animation. I think he's horrible at writing scripts and live action.
That's how I am with Snyder. I think he's a great director, especially with visuals and CGI and all that action scenes, but he's a terrible writer.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, dude, I restore floors for a living, right? I work at a hotel. I strip down the floors and I polish the floors, right? I'm really good at that.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
I used to do that. Strip floors, you strip them.
Yeah, strip
them and then put the wax and buff.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
So I'm good at that, right? Now, if you would put me like as a mechanic, right? I'm like, I could try it, but I'm good at floors. I'm not good at working on. Not everybody can do everything.
Yeah.
And I think like when you look at like Dave Filoni and James Gunn, hey, I give you guys props for trying, but it's okay to say, yeah, let Peter Safran run the CEO stuff. You focus on directing.
I just don't understand out of all the directors out there, James Gunn got chosen.
I can understand James Gunn only for one reason. He worked under Kevin Feige, and they're like, okay, he worked under Kevin Feige. James Gunn was responsible for the intergalactic part of Marvel, like with the Guardians and Thanos and all that
Well,
stuff.
James Gunn is the one that gave us the MCU we know now, as far as colorful and goofy music and all that stupid stuff.
So they thought by bringing in James Gunn, he knew the blueprint. But the problem is he took Kevin Feige's blueprint and threw it in the trash. He's like, hey, let's do Plastic Man, and hey, let's do Supergirl, and let's do Booster Gold. Bro, we want Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, Green Lantern, give us these like OG characters. Then, like 10 years from now, start introducing some of these side characters.
I mean, they literally got the starting five that could be the foundation. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman.
Yep.
The starting five.
Yep.
It's right there.
Dude, I've said this before. If you look on paper, Marvel versus DC, bro, DC should be kicking Marvel's ass every time, bro. They have the better characters.
Rob, if they said, Fatal J, we don't know what to do, we're going to put you over the DCU. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fire everybody that James Gunn hired. You know who I'm going to hire? All the people who make the DC animation movies.
I would do something similar to
the animation movies rival the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I would definitely look. I never understood why they didn't get the writers on those movies and say, hey, come
Batman series, the Superman animation series, Justice League animation, and I ain't even got to the animation movies.
Yeah. If I was David Zaslav and I was in charge of WB for now, I would do like you said. I would fire everybody, start over, pay Matt Reeves off whatever, because you can't have two Batmans going at the same time. I'm like, finish Batman 2, we'll pay you off the rest of your contract. We're not going to do Batman 3. Fire everybody. I would hire Greg Berlanti, come in and say, okay, Greg Berlanti, you can get your CW writers or the animated writers, and I want you to start mapping up the universe. I want you to give me a blueprint for the next 10 years.
You know who I would hire? The first person I would hire, Bruce Timm.
Bruce Timm, Jeff Loeb.
Yeah, I would hire Bruce Timm.
Yep.
And I say, Bruce Timm, you killed it with the Justice League animation. Perfect. Batman, perfect. Superman, perfect. Give us a script for this whole universe.
Yeah. And I would say, keep the movies under $100 million.
Keep them under $100 million.
Yeah.
And think about it, just with $1 million alone, you can do so much.
Yeah.
You don't need these giant budget movies like that.
Yeah.
You know?
If your movie has to be an hour and 45 minutes, then let them be an hour and 45 minutes. Keep the budget down.
Keep it down.
Keep it down, man. It's just, it's just way, way too much money, man.
Just some geek. You got to put Bruce Timm in there. But I agree. Paul Dini. We can't get Dwayne McDuffie no more. Rest in peace. But Paul Dini, I agree. Those guys were incredible.
I'm a massive Jeff Loeb fan. I love every comic he has ever written.
Even though Snyder, now I ain't talking about Zack Snyder. I'm talking about
Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Well, how come he's not doing something with Batman?
Look at Scott Snyder. All the epic Batman DC comics he don't dropped. This absolute Batman is keeping the comic book industry moving.
I want Court of Owls so bad, man.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do it in the first
I thought they were gonna do it too.
Because I thought the Court of Owls, I thought I saw it, and then that Penguin show when he went in that courthouse, they had like an owl statue. Yeah. I said, okay, they getting ready. The new Court
Yeah,
of
I'm
Owls.
hoping Batman 2 is gonna have something to do with Court of Owls. I'm hoping anyway. But
Yeah.
there's like so much stuff that DC has a higher ceiling than Marvel. Marvel's sort of like rebuilding now. Now they're relying on X-Men and Fantastic Four. DC has all their characters in front of them. They just need to find someone to mold that clay better. Like James Gunn's coming out and trying to do like I appreciate him doing Mr. Terrific. He was probably one of the best parts about Superman. But who the fuck puts Mr. Terrific in a movie? And Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner's your first Green Lantern? Guy Gardner?
D-list characters, man. D-list characters.
Hawk Girl? Like, come on.
Even though he did a good job, and I even like Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl and all them.
Yeah,
but those are D-list characters.
Yeah, they're not going to sell a movie, you know?
They're not going to sell with merch either.
Yeah,
how many people you see walking around with a Mr. Terrific shirt on?
Yeah. Or a Guy Gardner shirt, man. Yeah, how many kids going around with a bowl cut for Halloween?
Yeah. So, man, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens these next few months, but I think James Gunn days is numbered.
Oh, I agree. I think it's number 2. I lost a lot of
Who would you put in there, though? Because would they even come out with DC movies anymore?
DC movies are always going to be around because they always make money, especially Batman.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know anymore. I don't. You would need someone who thinks outside the box.
You think they should go back to like what they did back in the day? Like with Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeves, where they were just standalone movies that didn't connect.
I think the best course of action, if James Gunn leaves and they blow up this universe, I think the best course of action is doing standalones.
I think so too.
Do like 3 or 4 standalones. Don't connect them. But leave them open. If they're successful, you can connect them. You know what I mean?
Because think about it. The first $1 billion movie was dang, I have to forget his name. The Batman. Dark Knight with Joker.
Yeah.
With Joker. That was the first $1 billion comic book movie.
But if you remember, Man of Steel was supposed to be in that universe.
Yeah, because Nolan was a part of it.
They're standalones, but in Man of Steel, you see the Wayne satellite, and Christopher Nolan was producing it. So
that's why a lot of people didn't like Man of Steel, because it had that Nolan dark feel to it, like the Batman. Yeah.
Geek Guy doing $2 super chat. I like the DCU put more focus on Superman. I like that too. I like the fact that Rob, you didn't answer my $5 super chat. Yeah, I did. Oh shit, no, I didn't. No, we literally just talked about this. Oh no, we didn't.
No, we didn't. You ain't come.
Okay. Well, let me read your $2 super chat first, because I agree with you. I like the DC's putting focus on Superman. Because the DCEU kind of treated Superman like a redheaded stepchild. They killed him in the second movie, you know? So I like the fact that they're focusing on Superman family, but you need to like introduce like Cyborg Superman or Bizarro or John Henry Irons, and like really focus on the characters and stop doing these D-list characters. He got doing a $5 super chat. Rob, my friend Mark asked this question, and I want to see if you agree. Do you think Superman endangered Jahanpur by turning himself into Luthor? Well, no. And here's why. I see your point, and I can see where you can come to that conclusion. When he turned himself into Luthor, he had already stopped that country from invading. Because remember, even Rick Flag said, you know, Superman stopped the war. You know, like Big Blue. Rick Flag said Big Blue stopped the war. So at that particular time, Superman stopped the war. He did not know that the leader of that country was working with Lex Luthor. So when Superman stopped that war, he assumed the war was over with, or at least over with for the near future. He didn't know that he was working with Lex Luthor at that time. So when Superman turned himself into Lex Luthor, he assumed, well, he already stopped the war, and he was already being criticized by Lois Lane and the government for interfering. But the war had been paused. He stopped it at that point. When he turned himself into Luthor, he did it because he was trying to save crypto. And I love that, To me, that's the most Superman thing of all. When Lois is like, it's just a dog. And he's like, yeah, but he's probably scared. Superman cares about everybody. So one crisis was already diverted. Now he was going on to try to save Crypto because he knew Lex was behind that. So I disagree with your friend.
There you go.
That was a very long breakdown, but yeah. But if you look at the logic, you know, like if you have a leak in the house and you patch the leak and then the breaker goes out, I'm not going to go to the breaker going, oh, well, I ruined the house because now the house is going to leak. Well, in my mind, I already fixed the leak. If it starts leaking again when I'm fixing the breaker, then that's just because it happened again. He stopped the war, and then he went over to fix the next crisis, you know?
Let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You like the Superman suit?
No. Hell no.
Nobody likes the suit.
No, that's another problem with James Gunn having Look what he did with Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
That was a dope suit.
It's like James Gunn.
Look, I know the draws. I know that they are iconic, but we got to modernize that suit, man.
Dude, I like the look of the suit, but the suit is too baggy. It needs to be tighter so you can see his muscles.
Yeah. I mean, just think about it. We read the comic books and Superman's suit look baggy.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna look right.
Yeah, no. I remember like this. Remember earlier I was telling you about James Gunn doubled downs on shit. Like he doubled down on Jor-El and Supergirl. He doubled down on the suit. Like, bro, you could take the suit and dude, David Cornsweet worked out. He has muscle. Make the suit tighter.
Make it a spandex suit.
Yeah,
but
get it more
in my mind, you said it. Look at Sentry. Look at
Sentry, yeah.
That's a Superman suit.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was perfect.
I will say this, as much as I criticize Zack Snyder for a lot of his choices he makes in his movies, his costume design is always on point. Like, his costumes are amazing. You could take his Man of Steel costume, give it more color, put the trunks on him, and it would be dope.
But see, the thing about Zack, because I always like to watch them interviews, Zack said he tested out the underwear. He said he couldn't make it look right. Yeah. He said he couldn't do it.
Well, apparently James Gunn tested the suit out without the underwear too. And David Cornsweet was like, no, I think we should do the underwear. And James Gunn's like, why? And he's like, because it's supposed to be kind of silly.
Okay, well, that's where you stop. You don't ask the actor.
Right?
He's there to act.
Yeah.
He don't understand what fans.
Buddy.
Yeah. You should have went with your first mind and didn't, because I think the suit would look a whole lot better without the underwear. You know, and even if you want to splash a red, give it like a design. Like, you know how Zack had them lines on his waist?
Yeah.
Just make the lines red if you want that nostalgia. But underwear is it's not modern.
Well, the thing was, back in the 40s, when they made that costume with the underwear, they were supposed to represent wrestlers who wore underwear. So, like, we live in dude, it's been almost 100 years. Yeah. Get away from the underwear.
Get away from it. I mean, look at all the Marvel characters. None of them wear underwear.
No.
You know, I'm talking about in the live action movies.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Cyclops wear underwear. We haven't seen Cyclops. Wolverine wear underwear. We haven't seen it in these live actions. It just don't look right with the modern times, you know?
Yeah.
It looks too goofy to me.
Look at Captain America, bro. Like look at Captain America and Endgame, bro. That costume was comic accurate. Look how good it looked. It's like you got to do the same, dude. The Superman costume is awful, bro.
It's
the Green Lantern costumes are awful, bro.
They awful.
I will say I did like the Supergirl costume,
but I'm gonna tell you what's crazy though. These movies are so bad. The modern movies, they're making us appreciate the old stuff that we dogged out. Like for instance, you go back and watch that Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern. You can appreciate a lot of stuff they did in that movie.
100%.
You go back and watch Thor 2. That movie is good compared to what the stuff we get now.
Yeah. Dude, I remember telling people, I'm like, those old Fantastic Four movies weren't that bad. Like
They the ones with Jessica Alba.
yeah.
Those was some good, decent films. But back in the day, we said, "Oh, this is bad," because we were getting nothing but great comic book films. And I
Yeah.
don't know why my camera is going crazy.
Say same thing goes with like Ghost Rider. I didn't think that movie was all that bad, man.
Ghost Rider? Yeah, I forgot about Ghost Rider. I forgot about Ghost Rider. But that's what I'm saying. These modern comic book movies now are making us appreciate the stuff we call the bad.
Yeah.
What you think about the Fantastic Four that just recently came out?
I liked it. I
enjoyed it.
I didn't like it as much as everybody else liked it.
To me, it gave it a like a Star Wars type feel.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I liked it.
Because Marvel came out with 3 movies that year: Captain America, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four. I rank Thunderbolts as my least favorite. I did not like that movie at all. Fantastic Four number 2, and my favorite was Captain America: Brave New World. I liked Captain America: Brave New World a lot.
Okay.
I didn't like the fact that there was so much Hulk stuff in it, but I at least appreciated that they tied up that storyline.
But bro, that was a Hulk movie.
Yeah, it was. But
I mean, the only thing it was missing was Norton.
Yeah. I mean, I like Sam as Captain America, but the Captain America Winter Soldier show that was on Disney Plus, that should have been a movie. That should have been the first movie.
Yeah, it was good. But what I didn't like about that series, I wanted them to elaborate more on the blip, because I thought the blip, that could have been a whole saga. You know what I mean? Because think about it. Oh, no, you're in my house. No, that's my wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could start just a whole war on planet Earth. The blips against the non-blips. But they just talked about it in that show and kept it moving.
Yeah. We're gonna go 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna wrap it up. We've been on for like 2 hours, man.
Sound good. Hey, something good came out of this. You convinced me with that Steam machine. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I gotta check. I check all the time to see if I get the email.
Man, if I was you, I would try to contact Steam. Say, hey, I've been making all these videos with you guys. Can y'all sponsor me?
Dude, shit, I wish, bro.
Man, that's all you gotta do is ask. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I've been checking every day, man. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna sign up too as soon as we done with this. I'm definitely gonna sign up because you definitely convinced me.
Yeah, man. I think it's when you look at some of the upcoming game system, I think it's the better option. You have more options with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I don't know. I think DC's in trouble. I think Star Wars is in trouble. I think Star Wars is in a lot of trouble. In some ways,
Star Wars is done.
Bro, you know what's sad about Star Wars? It's so easy to please fans. Just give us Jedi versus Sith with lightsabers, and we're happy.
But see, that you just said it. They don't care about the fans.
They
think we're idiots.
Did you see the trailer for that Star Wars 9th Jedi show?
Yeah, I didn't care about that.
You didn't care about it? I thought it looked good.
I like Visions when they do the one on the Ronin. You know Ronin?
Yeah.
That's all people really watching for is that Ronin. They should have made that a series. Well, that's what I'm saying. They making too many mistakes.
Well, it's Disney, so they want to put a female character in the lead and all that.
We get that, but look, you got people that have created great female-led films. Aliens 2.
Terminator.
But Aliens 2 is like peak perfect movie.
Yeah.
Kill Bill, peak. But not in the hands of Star Wars. The writers and people, they just don't have it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the sequel trilogy had a lot of problems. It's like, I don't have a problem with Rey, but they didn't write her very well.
They didn't do it real. They didn't make Finn a Jedi like they were hinting throughout the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. That would have been incredible. A stormtrooper that had force powers.
Finn spent 3 movies yelling Rey. That's all he did for 3. Rey! Dude, I know that dude, his throat had to hurt after those movies, bro. Like all he does is run around and scream Rey. Bro, she didn't even give you no coochie. Why are you so obsessed with it, bro?
At all. You know?
And
Kylo Ren kill her father figure, which is Han Solo,
Yeah.
and she end up falling in love with him towards the
Yeah. Like, bro, like, see, that's just people not knowing how to write, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. They don't care.
Dude, I'm not a big fan of J.J.
When
Abrams.
people heard Star Wars was coming back, you know why they were really going?
Because
they wanted
yeah.
Luke, Leia, and Han.
Yup, and they killed all of them.
I get it. They killed all of them. And I get that y'all want to bring in a new generation. But you should have started off Force Awakens with the 3, introduce the new characters, and then the movies lead into new characters.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
The only reason why I went back to go watch Last Jedi, because they gave us the Luke cliffhanger at the end of the Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah. Force Awakens, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, to me, the only good thing that came out of Star Wars, the new Star Wars, is Rogue One.
Rogue One's great.
Mandalorian season 1 and 2.
Andor.
And that's it.
Dude, Andor is awesome.
I gotta watch Andor. I still haven't finished.
Season 2 of Andor is like epic, man. It's like holy crap. It's so good.
Everything else you can keep.
Shit, what the hell was I gonna say about Star Wars, man? When I went and saw Mandalorian and Grogu, bro, I fell asleep 3 times in that movie.
That was the most boring movie. And the scene, it was touching, where Grogu was taking care of him.
That's where I fell asleep, bro.
That was too long. Yeah, that was too long.
My wife told me that she got up and went to the bathroom and just stayed in the bathroom because she didn't want to come back out. And then she came back out and she saw I was sleeping in the chair.
Man, that movie was bad, man.
I'm like, God, bro. Yes, I want to go see a Star Wars movie where we're following the Hutts and the Hutts kid. Like, where do you guys come up with this shit, man?
That movie was bad, man. That to me, that was the death of Star Wars, man.
What, man?
And I mean, Star Wars been done, but not that movie. Because if you hear Star Wars and you hear movie theater, especially if it's a new Star Wars movie, it's supposed to do $1 billion easily. Remember, man, we came up in that era where Star Wars was an event to where you might take off work.
Yeah,
you going to take off work.
People be lining up for that thing, man.
They line up. Some people even take a tent so they can get that tent.
Yeah, bro, they would camp out for like a week, man. Yeah, but see, they're not giving the fans what they want. Fans want lightsabers, and they're not giving us lightsabers.
But they messing that up because look at what's that one that just came out?
Acolyte.
That was lightsaber galore. People don't care.
It was stupid, bro. They had witches and shit.
Witches and just
like
kung fu fights. When the last time I didn't know Jedi was kung fu fighters too. You know,
bro. I think episode 5 was the only decent episode, and that was where that one Sith guy like killed all the annoying characters.
Nah, I got to give because I'm not the type of person that just hate all the way through. Some of them lightsaber battles was pretty good.
No, the lightsaber battles were good, especially the one with the acolyte when he was killing all those. That was good.
Yeah, when they first found the Sith Lord or whoever he was.
Yeah,
that was a good fight. I went back and watched that recently.
But Lucasfilm has killed Star Wars. Like, think about it, right? What is Star Wars? Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, the Skywalkers. By the end of Rise of Skywalker, all the Skywalkers are dead.
All of them. And
the Palpatine now takes the Skywalker name. Dude, a Palpatine takes the Skywalker name. And now, thanks to the Acolyte, Anakin's not even important because we thought Anakin was created by the Force. He was the first person created by the Force. Nope. The Acolyte told us there was a pair of twins created by the Force with a bunch of witches, and Darth Plagueis just copied them. It's like you literally ruined everything special about Star Wars.
Ruined everything. Ruined Darth Vader's sacrifice to kill Palpatine.
Yeah.
Brought him back.
Yep.
That was a big historic moment in Star Wars lore when Vader killed Palpatine.
Yeah. Not only that, think about this, Fatal. Think about this. Why did Anakin become Darth Vader? Why?
Because he wanted to save Padme.
He wanted to save Padme's life, right? And Palpatine said only one Jedi was able to do, or one Force user, Plagueis. He learned how to
able to bring somebody back from the dead.
Yeah. Rise of Skywalker, Rey brings Kylo back to life. Kylo brings Rey back. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, Anakin, like, went to the dark side to try to save Padme, and you guys are just bringing people back to life.
When people were praising Force Awakens, I said something is not right because Rey is too powerful without no training. Remember when she did she got captured in the first movie?
Yeah.
A Jedi mind trick is a big, you got to have skills to do that. Hey, and they said that Stormtrooper was James Bond under that.
Daniel Craig. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Daniel Craig.
Yeah. I remember when Force Awakens came out, bro, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I was like, yeah, Star Wars back. This is great. And then, like, my excitement after that just got worse and worse and worse.
I'm gonna tell you during the movie where I was out when Kylo Ren took off the mask. Now, when the movie first came on and old boy shot at Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren stopped that blaster bolt and started talking to him, and that blaster bolt was still frozen, I said, okay, this dude here fits to be a terror.
Yeah.
But then when he took that mask off and started acting all emo, I said, oh yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Geeky guy, you're not correct in that. He said Rey even piloted the Millennium Falcon besides not having any flight experience. That is not true. Rey does have flight experience. She actually worked on ships and flew ships. If you read the prequel novels, she had plenty of flight experience. Finn even asked her, do we have a pilot? And Rey says, we have one. He's like, we need a pilot. And Rey's like, you got one. She's talking about herself. She's a pilot. She knows how to pilot it. So that argument gets thrown out the window.
I never did have a problem with Rey. It's just that she just got powerful too fast.
The writing was too bad.
Yeah,
and when J.J. Abrams came back and he tried to course correct, he tried to explain why she was so powerful by making her Palpatine's grandkid. Made no sense.
They had a director that was gonna do the last movie.
Yeah, the Jurassic Park director.
Yeah, what's his name? He was gonna do it. He was gonna call it Duel of Fates. He was gonna fix everything. He was gonna have Luke come back as a Force ghost, fight Kylo Ren and kill Kylo Ren. And KK said, "No, I don't want that. I don't want that script."
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy fired him. He did Jurassic World, and then he did Jurassic World 3.
Yeah,
Colin
Trevorrow. And I talked to him on Twitter and said, "Man, I appreciate you trying to fit Star Wars." And he messaged me back. Thank you. You know,
bro. Kathleen Kennedy fired like every director, bro. Every director.
Yeah, cause remember, when Patty Jenkins was supposed to do a X-Wing movie.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins will do an X-Wing movie. The Game of Thrones guys are supposed to do an Old Republic trilogy.
Yeah.
The one guy, Gareth Edwards, was supposed to do Rogue One. Then they fired him halfway through and got the other guy. They fired the Solo guys. Lord and Miller fired them.
Good.
Dude, he just fired everybody. Every time you turn around, they were getting fired.
And now KK out the door officially.
Yeah.
And I don't think
you say KK, bro. You're 1K away from being in trouble.
Oh no, man, they gonna do that. But Dave Filoni ain't gonna do anything. He gonna continue. He gonna continue the plan.
Yep, I think so too.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff had to do with him. You know what I mean?
I actually think it might actually get worse under Dave Filoni.
It could be. It could be. Man,
it's
see, if they knew the Revan, you know Darth Revan.
Yeah.
If they do that story and making it to a 3 trilogy movie, you could single-handedly bring back Star Wars, and he looked like Keanu Reeves in the artwork.
Yeah.
You know, but they'll never touch it. They won't touch
it. That's the problem, man. Like, what does the fans want? Okay, let's do the opposite.
James Gunn.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
And I gotta give Kevin Feige Marvel props, Russo brothers props, because if this is true that Russo's is taking over the Marvel, we supposed to get some good films, man.
Yeah, man. They want to be in charge of the X-Men movies.
They got the cheat code, the X-Men movie. X-Men 97 is giving you the alley-oop.
Yep.
You can kill it now. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm scared too, though, because Marvel's a monopoly now.
What do you mean?
As far as comic book films. DC is declining.
Well, it's not a monopoly. They just hold. They just hold the standard.
I
You
think
know
they
what I
have
mean?
monopoly. I think when they get too much power, then they even more on the idea of not giving fans what they want.
But here's the thing. Maybe with you like phase 4 for real, because they gave us Eternals and Shang-Chi and all this shit. People don't care about that stuff.
I'm gonna
But
kind of blow your mind though. Like when you say it was Superman, I like Eternals.
I like Eternals.
I like Eternals.
But the thing is, the average person doesn't like Eternals.
The average person don't like it because it moved too slow for them.
Yeah.
But I like the Eternals.
I like the lore with the Eternals, like where they were with Thanos.
Kind of get it out your mind that this gonna be a colorful, action packed, and just enjoy the story. You know, that's where I'm at with it.
I like Eternals, and I'm mad that we never got a follow up because the way that movie ended with them taking them out, and then you had Thanos' brother come in and everything. It's like I wanted the conclusion to that, but they're never going to do it because
they'll never do it. They acting like Eternals didn't even exist at MCU.
Exactly. It's like what? That never happened.
Yeah.
You know? But all right, Fatal, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
You can find me at the Fatal J Show, Fatal J channel. I haven't made some videos in a long time. I'm enjoying my vacation. But I'll be back. But what content Rob make, that's pretty much what type of content I make. I do a lot of reactions. But yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem. I do have the link to your channel in the description box below, so you guys can go check that out. Subscribe. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Fatal, for coming. And we will catch you guys next time.
Later. Peace.